So 91,
Yeah.
January, I was invited to start training with the first team.
Yeah.
So I didn't even stay
That long,
at with the juniors.
The juniors, yeah.
91, I was already invited, trained with the first team from January. By April, I signed with the first team at 17. I just turned 17 in March, April. I signed with the first team.
So were you called for the under 20 national team, under 23s? I know obviously you were.
We were the first. Remember then 92 we got back into international football. So early sometime 93 we were the first under 20 team that went to play a tournament in Swaziland. We won it with Brashakes. Was myself, Bo Tumisani Ngobe, Tiki. There was a lot of players from Bo Temba Mguni. There was a whole lot of players from Sundowns back then.
There
was a player. There was another one who used to play right back, Robert Kalak. I passed on. There was. So we were the first to.
Were you the number one keeper then? For the under 20.
Yeah.
And then so coach, I know that generation when Coach Shakes, literally how he went to the Olympics, the same group, probably 90% of that squad that he had from 92 and whatever. Those are the guys that ended up go the Olympics. Which year was it?
2000. No.
Yeah.
By 2000, remember, most of us that played in the first Naturena, we were way over Naturena, under 23. So now he took me as an, remember the Olympics, you can take 3 overage
That's
players.
how you ended up there.
That's how I ended up there.
Yeah. As a senior player, as an extra senior. How many did they have to take? 4 or 3? So was that kind of honoring you from being one of the first generations that he trained at that young level?
I don't know. I never asked.
But
it was. But it was an awesome experience. And one thing for me is that 2 of the greatest experiences I had was being at the Olympics and being at the World Cup.
How was that?
I mean, it was. And the players I was at the Olympics with, I mean, most of them we're still friends till today. We spend so much time together there.
We play golf together.
We created a bond from that team. That till today we're a very close cycle. Including some of them, the ones that are in Europe now, but that we share a very strong bond. Players like Benny, more especially with Benny, we got our debut in '97 for Bafana together, and played at the. In Burkina Faso. I know a lot about his family. Him too. I mean, when we were in camp, Bafana camp, remember back then, Coach Clive would give us off. And when you get the off, some guys back then, they'd go and play golf. We didn't know nothing about golf. So us younger guys, we'd go. Myself, Tabo, we'd go to Soweto, go to Alex, go cut our hair. So we'd take Benny with. In those times, I know he's never spoken about it a lot. Most people don't know that his dad actually is a Mosotho.
Tama Lapin.
Yeah, his dad is from the Free State. So that's how, when we camp, remember as well, when we were in camp with Coach Clive, families were allowed to come visit us when we had, we had a room where it was a family room.
It was not like prison, as in now, today, when you're in camp, the most things are it's like you're in prison.
So families would come, so we'd have time to sit and talk. So then as young people, His time his family came in, his dad, we had it, including, and actually I became friends with his older brother before him.
Jerome. Jerome.
Even when one would go to Cape Town, we'd visit, we'd go to the family. So the old man told me the story that I forgot what his surname he said was, but that he traveled from Free State to Cape Town.
Yeah.
And remember back then, if you had an African surname, so he had to change and take an
English surname.
Yeah, Bas.
Oh, the person that he was working for. Yeah.
But he back then he can speak Sesotho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? But you can speak Sesotho?
No, time.
Oh, time. Oh, I was like,
this is something that I've never.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I've never heard him share and talk about it. But this is something I know that. So that's why I tell you, like as friends, as within football, there's people that you create a bond, you become friends, and then you start things about each other.
I'm gonna say something.
But for me, this is something I know it's personal to him, but this is something that it's something that for me that I just wanted to show you that, as people, we get to share a lot and we get to start getting to know each other.
Yeah. I mean, I think most of us, we spend more time with the guys that we play football with than our families.
Yeah.
You know that we're always in camp. I'm going to say something. Under 23 squad that went to the Olympics, why do you think those guys were never promoted? 90% of that squad was never promoted into the first team. And where would South Africa be if that happened?
No, but I look at I'll give you the names.
Yeah.
And then you'll see. For me, yes, it was never going to happen that the whole team at the same time.
Yeah.
But if you look at a core of that team that went on and played not only for Bafana, but played overseas, big clubs.
Yeah.
You look at that team. Look at Delron. Let's start with on the goalkeeping part. You look at Emil Baron, went on to play overseas.
Yeah.
Came back, played for Chiefs, played for Bafana. Then you go to the defense. You look at Aaron Mokoena.
Yes.
Became captain Bafana.
So
in that team, you have, I think you have maybe 2 or 3 players that captain Bafana that came from that team.
Yeah.
Then you have Matthew Booth.
Yeah.
Was the captain.
Played overseas.
Played for Bafana.
Yeah.
You have Fabian McCarthy.
Yeah.
Played for Bafana. You have on the left. You had left back.
Yeah.
Bradley Cano.
Yeah.
Played Germany. Played for Bafana.
Yeah.
You go to the right. You have Kipiteni Matombo.
Yeah.
Solid player. Yeah, solid. Played for Bafana.
Yeah.
Then you go into the midfield. Abraham Ndeu, he did play.
Yeah.
Patrick Mbutu. And then you go to Steve Likwelea. You go to Jabu Pule. You go to Delron Barkley. So then you go to Nomvete.
Yeah.
Stanton Fredericks.
Yeah.
Who am I missing?
Matsao.
Yeah.
Benny,
but Benny.
Yeah,
Benny. But now I'm trying to focus on the ones that played for Bafana and went
in bits and pieces. Why not take the whole? That's what I'm coming at. You calling them? It was just 1 or 2. Why not take?
No, but 98. Those players. Remember again. When we went to the Olympics, there were some of them already Bafana players.
Oh, yeah.
Benny, Quintin, I didn't call Quintin Fortune.
Oh, Quintin Fortune.
So Benny,
Manchester
Quintin,
United,
Delrod.
Those are the only ones. We're
already Bafana.
Yeah, but the 3, Brian, why not take the whole call?
No, I'm saying it's usually impossible.
Yeah.
So you blood them in as in, but those are players that when you look at them, that graduated to become world-class players. Be it, but if you look at 2000 World Cup, more than 10 of those players were in that World Cup squad. So they did.
That's the one. Yeah. Who was the coach there? Who was the coach there?
2002. It was Braje. Yeah, that's the one I have beef.
Beef with. I missed it, but I just signed in Denmark in that one. I also missed it.
Yeah.
Missed it I was supposed to be there, by the way. Let's talk about Chiefs again. Let's rewind it a bit. 2003. I know that you got there. There was a time when you guys won almost everything that season, but you're sitting on the bench. 2003, 2004 season, your first league title, you being the main goalkeeper for the team. Still remember that season?
Yeah.
How was that feeling for you? Tell me about that.
Jeez, it was great. I was enjoying myself. And I tried, Yusuf is the one with the stats. So before that, again, remember I said, myself, I always know that I have 2 other titles at Chiefs that I'm not credited for.
Oh, yeah. See.
Of which for me it's 91 and 92.
Yeah.
But then, from then on until that first title, I think we had come second more than 5 times, to a point where there's times where we lost the league on goal difference.
Who was beating you guys? Pirates? Sundowns or Pirates?
When we lost on goal difference, who was it?
Super Sport. Was it Super Sport?
I'll remember. I'll get
Super Sport.
So for me again, that's the thing with stats.
And Super Sport, I think.
So that's the thing with stats that I never cared so much about. And paying attention to the details. But I just was enjoying myself playing. That's all.
Yeah.
But I know that I've come close that much, to a point. There was one that we lost as well, where there was a helicopter with a trophy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
In between.
Yeah.
And that
back
one
in the days, there was one trophy.
It was, they had the trophy, and then Sundowns won it.
Yeah.
So when that finally, came, I mean, we won one where it was never accredited and it was never regarded as a league title, when the NSL was changing to the PSL. But the reason was that season, with that switch changing, we remember until the PSL, from the NSL and PSL days, the league was from January to December. So in that season, we had to do a switch. So that season, we had a season now that was 18 months instead of 12 months.
Yeah.
But the beginning of that was that the first 6 months, we couldn't just sit and wait to do the switch.
Yeah.
So that 6 months, we played one round of the league.
Okay. The first league, the first leagues of the year.
Of which that league, we won it as Chiefs.
But it's only like first
yes, I know, but I know, that's why I'm saying, yes, you can't credit it as a.
Oh, yes. Now, you decide, suddenly you had a point, you're starting to negotiate. Sundowns also, Mr. Motsepe just bought Sundowns as well. They are interested on you.
No,
let's talk about. Let
me tell you that for me, the truth is.
What happened?
I didn't know who Patrice Motsepe was at that time. I had seen that Sundowns has been bought, but I was never interested. We didn't know who, but before that, Sundowns was always interested in me.
Okay.
The Chiclas, when we meet at Players Awards, at places, I used to bump, because growing up playing for Balfour, so I always going a lot of my time. I always spent a lot of time in those Jewish and Greek areas, Eastgate, you know.
Yeah.
So I used to bump into them a lot at Eastgate.
Yeah.
And, you know, we used to have...
Why Eastgate? Sentin is just around the corner.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's crazy,
that's
right?
why I tell you that for me, I always believe your environment and your container shapes you. So I was fond of that side of the area because I grew up playing for Balfour, and I was always at Balfour Highlands. So that was the area I always knew, that side. Then, you know, this side of on the north. And I used to bump into them a lot. They always, you know, showed interest, always were, you know, there's times where, you know, that were seriously, but I never, you know,
paid attention. Because when you're home, I know you loved Chiefs.
Yeah. So,
Chiefs was always your home and whatever.
Yeah. So I never really paid attention. And then, so from January, so that season started, we're playing, we're doing well, we challenging for the league. Then January comes. Now, 6 months before my contract
ends,
So at that time, that's when Moto was like, now you're older, you're wiser. So Tsukhile, we're seeing what's happening overseas, seeing what's happening here. I mean, that's when the Kutsie ruling had just happened.
Yes.
And the Kutsie ruling had just happened, you know, and that's when just, you know, not long after, on the back of the Bosman ruling that changed football, you know, globally.
Yes,
So the first ruling was the Bosman ruling that had happened, you know, in Europe, that, you know, was able to declare this ruling for players.
Like players now, you are, not the club is controlling everything.
Yeah.
You also have a right to
so
control
that ruling,
your future.
you know, it was called the Bosman ruling.
Yeah.
And then in South Africa, still after that Bosman ruling, it never was you know, acted upon. And then there was this player, Steve Kutsie, had almost a similar case, took it to court, won the case.
Yeah.
And then that ruling, we started calling it the Kutsie ruling.
Yeah.
And he went on, he played, and then he stopped. He's a lawyer now.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was largely because of that case, and it inspired him to study and and represent players. And so
6 months now, Brian, like you, because 6 months the team is not saying anything. Sundowns is knocking on the door.
Yeah,
also, let me add something.
Yeah.
Also, like, you know, apparently Chiefs, like, you know, denied you a move to Liverpool and to Copenhagen as well. So you've got these things that are on your head.
The back of my head.
Yeah.
And now I start talking, you know, my agent, Glenn.
Yeah.
So Glenn saying, what's happening? So in January, he says, no, the club hasn't said anything, but I'll do the first approach. I said, okay. So approaches the club.
Glenn Benkin, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So approaches the club. The club says, we were going to call, but well and good. Yeah, let's sit down. Say, okay. I go with him. The next meeting, we sit with the club. We negotiate. And so we're not getting to where we want to be, you know. So the negotiations go back and forth from January till around March.
What are they offering you? That's why, as a friend, I'm going to ask you straight, how many percentage are they offering you on top of what you've already earned?
10. They were offering me 20%. 25%
increase.
Increase.
3 years. What? How many years?
3 years.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Funny, I still have my last contract from Chiefs.
Yeah.
I still have it on my computer, on my iPad.
Your emails and whatever.
Yeah, on my iPad. On my thing there, it sits there. I showed my kids and stuff at some point. Yeah. So we now
6 months.
it goes on.
6 months to go.
Yeah, so we go on back and forth from January to about March. So by March, we had almost like 3 meetings. And we're not getting anywhere.
You're training with the team at that time. You still going to train?
No, I'm playing. I'm the captain.
Okay.
I'm playing. I'm the captain. I'm playing. Captain. We're doing well. We're challenging for the league. I'm the captain.
Yeah.
So now it gets to a point where now I'm seeing that, geez, you know what? This thing now is going to get to a point where it's disturbing me mentally and I want to focus on playing. I say, dude, Glenn, let's just tell the club, let's talk about this end of the season.
Okay.
He says, okay. And then he says, Sundowns have been contacting me. I said, no, I want to talk to them. He says, no, but they're serious. I said, no, don't want to talk to them. So that was end of Feb, beginning of March. Okay. I said, no. Then on my birthday, he tells me, hey, Mana, these people are serious. They've even sent me a message. They said, I must wish you happy birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, nah, forget it. Then the next day we sit down, we talk. So we say, okay. So I said to him, just talk to them. I don't want to, just hear what they say. So he goes, talks to them. He says, no, though, they're saying they don't have an offer for you. They want to sit down with you and give you what they want to do, where they're trying to go. And so at that time, it was Jose.
Yeah, Jose.
So we were not talking directly to Mr. Motsepe. Then I said, nah, man. Keep playing. End of the month, end of March. I said to Glenn, Emana, let's go back to these people, to Chiefs. Let's tell them. So from what they're offering me, said to him, if they give me...
What did you want there? You went back. Okay, so, this is before you went back. Now, Glenn is going on his own. This is not before you went back to go talk to them now.
Yeah. No, so I'm saying to Glenn, let's tell Chiefs now that where we want to go, where we were. So they were offering me 25%, and I was looking at. And for me, justifiably was that from my first contract all the way until to there where I was every year my contract was just increasing with 10%.
Which is how much?
Okay, my first contract, 1991, I was earning $900.
Yeah.
And
when you were 19 or when you were 17.
Yeah,
19,
my first was $900. And
second contract. We're not going to talk about the Sundowns one. I just want we're going to end up at the Chiefs one.
Until 93, when I started playing, that's when I got about 5.6.
And they say football players make money.
Then from there, the first time my contract was really improved proper, and a whole lot of other boys was when Philip Trozier came
through. Yeah.
And when he wanted most of the youngsters to play, when he found out most of the guys are earning, he started fighting for them as well.
So when you were negotiating for your contract, how much were you earning at the Chiefs by then? We're not trying to make now. These are the OGs, man. Like we're trying to show you that we didn't make money like the boys are making money now, and like we just gonna I'm trying to prove something here. That's why I'm asking this question. When you were a captain, and now you're negotiating your contract before Sundowns, how much were you earning?
I was on 18,000.
Thank you, Brian. Fine, carry on. Now, yeah.
So then we were fighting to get to 30.
Or
So
you wanted. You wanted.
That was a fight.
No, this is not. We're not talking about now when you went. Now, okay, fine. That's your fight. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
But we were offered 22.
Yes. From 18. Now they want to increase it to like.
So we're fighting.
Yeah.
So my last fight, we say, you know what? If they give us 20.
25, 27.
24.
Yeah. At least.
We're happy. So I said to him, I'll sign on the spot.
If they give me 24.
Yeah.
They saying 22. Okay, fine.
They tell him,
we're giving you 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said to Glenn, that's... So it goes on, end of April, middle of April. He says, hey, these people are serious. I say, okay, let's hear the offer. They say, no, we know what you're on. Write your check.
Now you sitting next to the chairman, or you sitting with Jose?
With Jose.
He gives you a checkbook, bruh. He gives you like a paper and say,
yeah.
Just write what you want. You write it, bruh. Did you write it? Did you really like?
So at first we like, okay. So I said to Glenn, okay, let's just give them a crazy number just to scare them off, you know. So we do that.
Yeah.
So we give them a crazy number to scare them off. They say, okay, we'll send the lawyers to prepare the contract. I'm like, no, I need to think about it.
Yeah. So you were bluffing. Yeah. You still want to stay with Chiefs.
Yeah. So then I go back to him. I say, Emana, please tell those people 24 we sign. And they said to him, no, tell this boy the offer we gave him, he must take it or leave it.
This is a captain, right? This is you being the captain of the team. You've been there for like a decade already, 10 years.
Yeah. So
okay.
Said, no, take it. And then I was like, okay. I was like, I need to hear it from the big man. And so we got the meeting. Said, no, that's the offer. Your thing is way over budget, what you want.
Now you're like, okay, let me go sit with these guys and like hear this like face to face.
So I go. It was still April, just end of April. So the back and forth then, they tell us in our faces with Glenn that, the offer we're giving you, take it or leave it. So I said to Glenn, what do we do? I said to him, hey, let's play and then we'll talk end of the season. So that's what I said to the club. And on the other side, they keep on knocking. And then they said, look, the boss says part of his big plans wants to...
This is Sundowns.
Yeah, wants to build a team around you and all the new players that are coming. So the day that we meet with Jose, end of April, he says, I was told that I mustn't leave without you committing
to this offer.
So they said, I must do whatever it takes to make sure that I bring you there. So I go out with Glenn, we talk. I say, Emana, they told us take it or leave it. So what do we do?
Now this is Chiefs that told you that. Yeah.
So I said to him, as much as I love the club, but maybe this is a sign that go build a new legacy, go, try out take a different path, go. And for me, it was that the biggest thing has always been Chiefs is a big club. Chiefs is a big brand. With or without me, it will still exist.
Still be there. Yeah.
So me being there, me leaving, it's not going to change anything. The club is still going to exist. The club is bigger than us as individuals. So that's the lesson for me so when you start making career decisions and all of this, is that you always are mindful that, and this is a lesson for me for young players, that doesn't matter whether you're playing at Man United, Man City, Barca,
Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns. Make money.
Not about the money, about you being happy, you being respected, and but again, whatever decisions that you take, don't look at it in any other but always remember that
it's not
the institution was there before you, will be there after you. So when you decide to leave, it's not personal. It's for you. So.
But how did that make you feel when they said? Psh?
Obviously, it hurt being told take it or leave it. But I understood again that maybe they're trying to show me something. Maybe they're saying. But all of these things, sometimes at that time when you're doing them, it doesn't click. But later on, as you go on with your life, then you start seeing, oh, maybe this is the lesson that they were trying to teach me. But then if I didn't move, I wouldn't have learned that. I wouldn't have have had this mindset that I have today, understanding that, oh, these institutions are there, with or without us, they do exist, and there'll be others coming after you. So when you decide to leave, it's not personal, because at some point, it could be them that are deciding go. So it goes both ways. So that's what we need to understand.
But for the first time, at least in life, now you start to understand that. Now you're trying to make the young ones at home to understand that if you're playing for Pirates and Chiefs comes and they want to give you double and whatever, if you want to do it, do it. Don't think twice, because vice versa, if they have to decide about you, they're gonna decide on the spot.
Yeah, but again, the move must never be about money.
About money, should be about
because when
you.
it is, then you go and then you don't play. I can show you a whole lot of players that left Chiefs, went to Sundowns and they didn't play. So be sure when you're making that move as well that you
don't get to regret it.
You are going to play where you're going. You're going to make an impact. You're going because now sometimes you move, you don't play.
You look at the money. You look at let's say I sign for a position like Mshish, Gidlala position Mshish. And they want to sign me. I can see I'm not going to put Mshishi on the bench. That's the first thing that you got to look at. As much as you want to go there, look at the chances of playing. That's the most important thing. Obviously, like money is just an incentive of what you're going to be doing. So,
but again, for me, I moved there knowing Andre Rense is there. I knew I'm going to have to fight with him for the position. I knew I had been fighting with him for Bafana. So again... so for me it was ended up having to sign a pre-contract.
Without them knowing.
End of April, I signed a pre-contract. Then I stay, I play. We play, finish the season. I remember the day after we won the league. I was on Robert Marawa with the trophy with Pat Komafani. I remember celebrating and everything, and Robert wants to bring the
He knew already the scoop, like
no, he didn't know. No one knew. For me, I was happy that it's one of the things that I was able to do, that I know that I was able to keep it under wraps, and no one knew. From newspapers, only me and Glenn knew about this. Even people working for him, they didn't know. And so what happened was, so now Robert, earlier in the season, he had asked me, and when we had said, around March or so, he had asked me about the issue. And I said, no, we agreed with the club that we'll talk at the end of the season. So after that day, after celebrating, talking everything, he says, okay, the season is over. What's happening, Mr. Baloyi? Are you guys talking? I said, no. You know what? I'm here to enjoy, the victory, enjoy, winning the league. This is something that we've been looking forward to for a long time. But now it's time for a break. I'm going to go home for a break. Hopefully in this time, by the time the season starts. No, but at that time again. So I still had little belief that the club would come back and say, hey, okay.
We'll give it at 24. And,
so,
and at that time, Sundowns gave you 200,000. You willing to Sundowns at that time gave you 200,000. I'm just calling out the numbers. And now, if Chiefs then came back and gave you the 25, Brian, are you telling me that you were going to take that?
I was going to stay. I was going to stay. Seriously.
Yeah, you did tell me. I remember you told me that.
And Glenn can be the one that can vouch for this. And he knows. I told him. They give me this, I will. So our plan had been that. So when we opened, I think it was around the 20-something of June, and when Chiefs started training, so I had to go back to training. I'm still contracted. My contract ends on the
is it May or
30th. No. It's June. Yeah. So my contract ends in 5 days. Yeah. So I still had to go to training. Still had to do the tests, all of this for the new season and all of that.
Yeah, you told me about the story.
But by that time, Glenn had been now still in contact with the club, saying, "Hey, are we going to talk?" They said, "Yeah, no. The only talk when you come." Only the contract is ready, you guys are signing, and there's no... so he told me, said, okay.
He still stays sticking on the 22.
Yeah, I said, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Then trained for a couple of days, but I was going... I was stealing my stuff now. My boots, my locker there was full.
So you empty your locker, right?
My boots.
About warning, they don't see this. Like these things are disappearing.
Including other stuff that was sitting with the kit manager. Yeah. When you win the league, then you have to take. Chiefs, they were giving us all our training kit for that we used to use. We used the whole season before. Yeah. So all of that, I had to take all of that, and I remember we trained on the Sunday, and I went, and the Monday, they expected me at training. I was on the press conference in Pretoria. They were unveiling me as a Sundowns player.
Did you get messages, bro? Like calls, messages?
Yeah. Calls from friends, obviously, and some of the teammates. What's happening? What? Yeah, and that's how it happened.
Sum up Chiefs for me for the 10 years that you were there. Just sum it up for me.
13 years.
13 years. And then if you just in just a small whatever. Now we're gonna get into like the Sundowns. I want to ask you about. Okay. Just sum up Chiefs for you for those 13 years, bro. And if you had to say, if there's a message that you wanted to always tell them, and obviously what they've done for you and the fans and everything, I want you to sum it up.
In those 13 years, the best time of my life as a footballer, as a person. I learned so much about everything from football to business that I learned from the club. A lot of people that work for the club that I formed very good relationships with. People that used to work in the marketing, the Casaleti sisters. Some of the directors, I didn't talk about earlier, Babum Lokoti. There's a director and shareholder that used to be at the club, was very strict, Clarence Mlokoti. Those were, Taterata, Mkhotleng. But the best moments with the club, with any of the directors and any of the managers, was always with Babongema, China Ngema. a whole lot of, like I said, that I've learned from Chiefs. And from the bottom of my heart, I always, want to say this, that to thank the chairman and everyone at the club, past, present, that have been working with this institution. And then thank the chairman really for, affording me an opportunity to, to don the golden and black. The club has so many names, from, Abafana Boktula Notlolo to when you go to KZN, they'll tell you Impofan,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to different places there, but love and peace, all of these things, for me. But what I enjoyed a lot is that we used to have such a very close relationship with the fans. Funny that, when one moved to Downs, it was different.
Yeah.
At Chiefs players, we had a very, very close relationship and bond with the supporters. Saddam and some of them that came before him, some of these guys, that passed on, that used to love the club. Everywhere where we played after the games, we would be hosted by the supporters branches there. When we played in Kwakwa, we knew after the game we're not going to drive back. They're going to host us and give us and cook for us, and we stay there. Yeah. When we played Sundowns, we played here in Mamelodi. We knew after the game,
go chill somewhere.
There would be but not to go, not a pub, or we'd go to one of the supporters' houses, or
serious,
or your the chairman of that branch's supporters, there was a guy called
you guys,
the
whole team,
and they would host us. Same, you go to Eastern, we go to Umtata, so everywhere. That's why I say we had a very close bond and relationship. I wish that this crop of players today would enjoy that and understand what it means to be a Chiefs player, and what it means to be part of the Love and Peace family. That was family.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, today, when you look at the players, how removed they are from the supporters, and you can blame them, you can't blame them. There's a lot that has changed. We change with the times.
Yeah.
Technology is playing a big role in,
but that brings you closer to the fans, because now technology, that means people can get into Insta, you can communicate with the fans.
Not so much. I mean, you talk to a lot of faceless people, profiles on online.
Social media online.
Online is a jungle. There's people that just go there just for clout, and they just wake up every day just to go and cause
problems. They just as negative. They just want to put hate.
I pity the generation today playing, because they are bare. They are that much open to abuse and all of this.
So there's no longer that bubble that protects them like we did.
There was a bubble that protected us, but we had. So when the relationship we had, you knew it's the person.
Yeah,
it's the person.
Yeah.
But still, the same person. I knew that when I played, I knew if I played nonsense, I knew
they're gonna
people
come
in the back. I could hear them swearing at me.
As a keeper,
keeper, you can hear.
Yes,
so that's where you need to have, a strong character, because when you're on the field, you can hear. But again, the same people that are swearing at me right now is the people that love me. So it's the same people that, and we knew and understood that you don't take it personal. They're expecting better from you, because you have set the standard. They know you can do better. And so you always knew that your relationship with them is a love-hate relationship. But you don't take it personal to a point where if they said something about you or they boo you, that you take it out and go on and show your frustration. And that's what we are not able, that football today, the clubs are not able to teach these young people that they're going to boo you. If
you don't do well. If you don't do well, they're going to boo you.
And it's not just you. It has happened before. It's going to happen. But when it happens, deal with it like this.
What do you do to avoid that? Do well.
Yeah.
Just do the best as you can.
And when you do well, don't go again to them and show, So don't hold grudges. Just understand that this relationship that you have as a footballer, for years it's going to be a love-hate relationship until you stop. And it is what it is.
Now, we changing, obviously. You leave this big giant and then go into the unknown world. Now you go to a place where now you've got a new owner who's getting into like an unknown world for himself as well. Sundowns.
Yeah.
Bruh, like, the first month. Just the first month at Sundowns. Like, how was that?
Yeah, man. Like I said, until I went there, I didn't really know and understand who this man is.
Yeah.
And for me, all I was going there was, okay, I'm moving to a new club with big dreams. And then, it's then I started, understanding who this man is. Yeah. And then I started, my first meeting with him, understanding what he's trying to achieve with the club, all of this. And now I started being excited. But as well, Sundowns had always been, there's always been the big three in South Africa. And one of the other things really for me was that, my late brother passed on in 96, was a big Sundowns supporter. So even for me in that move, I've never spoken about this, for that move as well, for me, people that know me, people from Alex that that know him, family, people that know, they know that when I say this now is that as I got there and so some of the things now that I started motivating myself, and now some of the things that I started making sense of why I moved to Sundowns was, okay, I'm fulfilling my brother's, my late brother's wish of, he loved Sundowns, including some of the guys that I started knowing that supported Sundowns from Mamelodi that used to be his friends, that I started interacting with when I was at Sundowns, that I had known as well before that. Yeah. But just people that know who my brother was and what the relationship that we had, they will understand.
Yeah.
But I got Sundowns again. For me is the more and more, as you get older, you get wiser. You start looking at things. You start looking at things that happen. Sometimes stuff happened to you. When they happen, you become angry to a point. Sometimes you want to be bitter.
Yeah.
But as you grow older, as you go and then you start understanding and you look at situations, I'm like, I'm happy that happened because it has helped me to become this person. It has helped me to do this. But my 8 years at Sundowns, I played 7 and then 1 as marketing director. I enjoyed my time as well there to the fullest. I appreciate the time I spent there because I not only achieved a lot there, but the things I did there the things that happened around me and for me, the things I did there that I wouldn't have been able to do anywhere else in any other club in South Africa.
It's crazy.
And
Tell me about that,
I was able to do those because this man believed in me, and he gave me that opportunity to do this.
You had like the black card. Like, we if we wanted anything, we like Brian swiped for us and everything. The chairman gave him the black card. Everything that happens in the club, we're like. They call Brian, like the chairman used to call Brian, like if he wanted anything, he called Brian. He wanted furniture for the club. Brian, it's crazy, Brian. But how was that, Brian? Like I was just being around somebody who's trying to learn the game, who gave us so much freedom as well. Who took? I know that Chiefs did that, right? But it was just wild at Sundowns. How he took
so
care
wild.
of us. Yeah.
But when I look back now, I remember I used to fight with him that what he's doing. He's making people around me that works for him to hate me.
To hate you, yeah.
Because
yeah.
A lot, and and players that I played with in those times will tell you. I know some now would look at it and like, I'm flexing.
Yeah.
But, a lot of the stuff that happened there, when we had meetings as players with management, and he's talking about things and he's asking questions, he'll always, mention my name.
Yeah.
He'll always,
People
he used to ask questions, people are scared to answer, I'll answer. And then, but then it got to a point where now I started seeing it that as much as it's nice, but the older generation
hated you for that.
Because
why hate?
And then some players started saying, so some players as well would be like, because they knew that most of the time, even when he used to come into the dressing room, giving us bonuses, we would win. We would win.
Yeah.
He comes in the dressing room. Everyone is happy and stuff. Management is here, and then comes to the times talking about, what we want, how much are we on the bonus? And then he would ask me.
Yes.
So.
And how much do you think I should give them, right?
Yeah.
Or surprise, how much should I give? Why is it like that? Why is it like that? That like the people that, I don't know, not every, maybe corporate or whatever, like the people that are out there, they've got so much power. Why do they now just want them only to succeed, but they don't want the people under them to succeed like they do?
So I don't know.
I don't understand, bro. Because I mean, the game has changed because of, with no disrespect, we know that what Pirates has done, a lot of other teams have done, Chiefs has done, they created the foundation and whatever. But Mr. Motsepe, when he came, he changed the salary of the players.
He changed the game. I mean, the bonuses, you remember, know.
It's crazy.
We, I know, maybe for like 2-3 years, we lived on just our bonuses.
Yeah.
Especially when we won the league back to back, we were on crazy bonuses.
Yeah.
But the other thing, I mean, just that maybe many people don't know, and the reason a lot of stuff now, he would come even in front of everyone and ask when he's looking for something or a question, then I'd be the one that he asked. Was that from my first year when I got to Sundowns, I got I got introduced to people within business and cycles there, and I started talking business with people. I started looking at the club, no sponsors. Hey, boss, that's happening. Oh, no. Then I brought my first sponsorship deal I brought to Sundowns was Sahara Computers.
Oh, you came up with that? It's the Guptas. You came up with the Guptas. I remember we used to go to their company. They were based in Midrand, right?
Yeah, in Midrand.
Yeah, we got like computers.
So that was my first deal I did.
Oh, snap. I didn't know it was you, bro. Jeez. Yeah, we did a lot of stuff. But what is it about this team? And people don't understand, like, the family type of, like, connection that we had as players. We did stuff. It was not like we're in prison. We were like, it was so nice. So what was the difference that you saw at Sundowns compared to like where you come from?
No, but those things, it's things I took from Chiefs that we used to do.
Oh, snap.
So at Chiefs, we used to go out together. We used to, we used to go out together, more especially, and then with Mushin, when Mushin came, he used to take us out to restaurants. When Melrose Arc, was built, he used to have a restaurant there, Mushin.
Yeah.
So one was used to, team building, going out.
Yeah.
So when I got there, so those are things that I brought that we started doing.
Snap. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But funny, before I get to the sponsorship deals that I started doing, so here's one thing that sometimes you look at things and you're like, life sometimes talks to you in ways that you don't understand and you will never.
Yeah.
And you look at this stuff. So when I got to Sundowns, so now I go, we train. After the first week, before the league starts, the boss hosts us at his house.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. We had like Trompies. With Trompies. We having lunch, Trompies.
We having lunch.
There, yeah.
Then Trompies rocks up. But you remember when you got there was big speakers. We were like, what's happening? What's going on here? By the pool, there's big speakers. We're like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
At his house.
There's big speakers. And then Trompies rocks up. You remember he loved that song, Ogu Jiva. Remember Remember he loved getting down to that song. You remember?
Crazy, man.
Yeah, you remember he made them repeat it 2-3 times. Yeah. And so straight after that, then then we play the Iwisa Spectacular.
Yes, what is it? Mafike.
Then we're happy, it's nice.
Yeah.
Then our first game, you remember our first game, league game against Santos.
How do you remember that, bro?
Yeah, but you'll understand why I remember. So our first game, Santos, Cape Town. So why I remember is because my son was born on that day. So it was the 25th of August.
Yes. Didn't you play in that game?
I played.
And your wife is giving birth, bro.
Let me tell you what the boss did for me.
Yeah.
The players, I never shared with the whole lot.
Yeah.
No, but most other guys knew.
Maybe you probably did, but we just
No, other guys knew, but never paid attention. Other guys knew.
Did you get into a jet?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, hey.
Yeah, so
crazy.
No, but here's the craziest part. That time, remember, I hadn't started sharing with you the room.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing with Neil Winstanley.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's his birthday on the 25th.
The chairman?
No, Neil Winstanley.
Neil Winstanley, yeah.
His birthday is 25th of August.
Yeah.
So at that time, I'm sharing a room with him.
Dude.
My son gets born on the 25th.
Same day
So what happened was the night before, at the hotel. So the night before traveling, so my wife was due maybe 2 weeks later, 2-3 weeks. But so my mom goes to my house, stays with her. Funny, my mom had this thing that I don't know, just intuition that she called my brother-in-law, her older brother, that be on standby. But I didn't know all of that. And so the night before, I tried to sleep. I'm with Neil Winstanley. So, in the room, he blows up the thing. It's cold in the room,
the aircon.
Aircon.
White people.
I wake up, I switch it off. He wakes up, he switches on.
Yeah.
Jesus. Come on, one. Mom calls me. Hey, he says, hey, you know what? She's uneasy. I'm not sure, but don't worry. Don't just relax when I robal. 4:30, they call me. She says, hey, we're going to the hospital.
We're playing this.
Yeah.
She
calls me, we're going to the hospital. Yeah. So, but at that time, I didn't know that Glenn, on the background, has been busy. Talking to my wife, to my mom, but he'd already been talking to the boss and Jose that Brian's wife is expecting she might
give birth. Yeah.
So that time I wake up. Hey, Neil is Tovi is the assistant coach. Coach is Doleza.
Yeah.
Hey, I say no, relax. Then around 5, they call me, sit with me, say, hey, relax. We're looking for first flight out for you to Josie. And then the boss says he'll come back with you in his jet. So they look for flights for me. The only flight they could get was 9 a.m. So it's around 5. They get a flight for me at 9 a.m. I fly. And my son comes early, 11. I'm in the air that time.
Yeah.
I land, they come pick me up at the airport, drive me straight to Morningside Clinic, the hospital. But the doctors had been told that, he's on his way. So they decided, okay, we'll see Baskai Tlapisa. I was not able to see the birth.
Oh, yeah.
So then Tlapisa. Yeah. So I get there, Tlapisa and go see. Yeah. Get there, Tlapisa and go see. Then get Blomale Bona. But 2-3 hours, then they drive me to Lanseria.
This guy.
Drive me to Lanseria. Drive me to Lanseria.
Yeah.
I fly with the boss to the game. I'm in the starting line.
I didn't know, bro. You didn't tell us, though. We just are China.
No.
What?
I'm in the starting line. I'm flying back. So from there, the guys that came to get us from the airport, but lili kitya kada.
Oh, so you stripets mo karing?
Yeah, but lili kitya kada. So,
this is not fair.
So when I got to stadium to Lunada, but I got there on time before. But lili kitty, but I didn't change.
Yeah.
There was the way just in case.
Yeah, if we have to get in or
so drive.
No ways, bro. I didn't
get
know.
There.
Bro.
Yeah.
So this is crazy. I mean, I remember also when you played Ko Mozambique, we played Remo Champions League, remember? The first time we saw that boy, remember? Belembe.
Yeah.
Champions League.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But playing that game, we beat Belembe's
team.
And then he comes in the changing room. Tell the people what did I do. What did he say? He comes into the changing room. What did he say?
What did he say? I don't remember.
You come with me. We're like,
oh yeah.
We're like, why is this guy like calling us? We all get into a bus, get dropped, go airport. Jet.
And we're in the jet with him.
Yes.
So
that's crazy.
I was talking about this the other day, on another interview, and I said, when I look back, those things for me, those were we were living the A-list, stuff that happens in Europe
on TV.
On TV,
you see on Hollywood. Yeah. People don't
like
know
you say,
that.
It comes in, calls us. We're in the jet with him coming back home.
Right, do you think that's what...
And at that time, you remember, Kloppy and them were like...
oh, yeah. They were babies. Yeah. They were probably 4 years old. Or whatever. They were babies.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a difference? Do you think that kind of magnified how the confidence, did you see the order? I mean, the players that we had, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was building an empire. What we're seeing today is something that he started with you guys.
Yeah,
like 20 years. People don't understand it.
Yeah, for me, I'm happy looking at how now that successful they are. Whether for me, I know, and that we built the foundation to what. Today, but like I said, stuff that we used to do there, that used to happen. I remember when we announced the MTN sponsorship. You didn't come with us on the plane, eh?
No, I didn't. I was like, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't want to get home early.
Yeah,
I was like, no.
When we announced the MTN sponsorship, they signed the contract live. We were in the air.
Like,
yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
That's so crazy, Brian. Like, what's the difference with him if you had to compare him with like the bosses that you've worked with? Okay, you've worked with only 2 bosses. Big bosses.
No, but I have knowledge of all the other bosses, what they do, how they do things.
Yeah.
Some of them I have personal relationships with. I have, and some of them I know them through what players that played for them.
But what is it about this? You've already spoke about like
one thing about him was that
Dr. Kaizer, but now Mr. Motsepe. Like
with him, it was always the players come first, and everything else. So that's the most important part for him, and on how, in those early days with us, how he ran the club, and the well-being of the players was always at the top of his mind, and including how when we retire, what's going to happen, you remember even when he would come to Torkop and talk to us and give out bonuses to different players,
just because you can make money.
Make money, but he always reminded everyone that invest your money. You have to think about when you retire.
Buy a house.
Buy
yourself a nice car because you're working hard. Have a nice car to drive. Have a house. And invest.
But he was like player centric and made sure that everyone else that works around the players were there to deliver, to make sure that the players are able to deliver. And
you just concentrate on the field.
Yeah.
The management concentrate on everything else. You just do the job on the field, and then you get incentivized for doing your good job.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you about you were one of the obviously people that he communicated with or spoke to if you want to changes. Why is it that I always look? I mean, I see the setup at your Kaizer Chiefs. I see the setup Platinum Stars. Remember, in Rustenburg and whatever. Why hasn't? Do you think, or you might know, why hasn't Klorkop changed, and why hasn't it been the best of the best in the country?
That's what boggles my mind. That I thought by now, I mean, it's not like it's something that he can do.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's something that he doesn't want to do, but only him knows
why.
Why, but we all know that with the money he has, with the money he's spending on players, on the club itself, on everything else around the club, really, if he wanted to have Klorkop or anywhere else where he would build a Sundowns village, we know he can build something that could be.
You never spoke about it though, every time you had a
10 times
meeting
better than Chiefs Village. We know he can. So it's not a matter of he can't. For me, looking at it till now, it's more the case of
it's not important that much.
He doesn't want to, or it's more a case of only him. He has his own reasons. But clearly, it's not something that it's not a case of they can afford. It's not a case. So it's just a case of
Let me ask you, if you had to sit there and you had to choose, and I know it's unfair, where did you have your best time? Chiefs, Sundowns.
Yeah, but before that, remember what you were asking? Haven't I spoken to him about?
Oh yeah, about your
building I used to tell him, make the call. Dr. K will take your call. Make the call. Ask him.
How did he do it?
No, to go pay a visit. I always say to him, if you could pay a visit to Chiefs Village,
you lie, bro.
The day we come back here, you'll want to demolish this.
What did you say to him?
And
you said like just go see what Kaizer has done, or like
no, just go see the village. Then you'll have an understanding of what, and then where, because I understood where he wants to take the club, where he's want to be, what he's trying to achieve, including, I mean, when we played Champions League, sometimes we'd go to, when we were in Egypt, sometimes we'd go to, we'd use Al Ali's old
clubhouse and whatever. It was great. Yeah. We traveled to South Korea. We saw those nice places. Yeah.
So all of those, I mean, he's seen, he knows. But for me, it was always, if he saw firsthand the Chiefs Village, he would change Chlorkop.
Which team? Who would you choose? I mean, you're not disrespecting anybody. Like, I mean, Chiefs, 10 years, Sundowns, 8 years, 7 years. Who, and I think it's a bit unfair to put you in that position, but who would you choose? Who would you say you had your best time yet?
So here's where I am, where you saw what type of people I listen to. So there's a time where he was saying, that guy was saying, in life, your experiences are always different and unique in their own way, and so I've learned that I used to look at, I mean, and people ask me, which is your best game? I used to crack my head and look and, okay, no, it will be that. But now I've learned that all the times, the experiences are unique in their own way. And my time at both, I enjoyed myself because it was, being on the field was my happy place.
Yeah.
And I had that on both, and achieved and won trophies at different eras. But the experiences and the people that I got in contact with and made lifelong friendships with from Chiefs, I wouldn't trade that for anything. But again, the people I met and at Sundowns, and I wouldn't trade that for any other thing as well. So I cherish and loved every minute of it, all of it, from both sides. And that's why sometimes some people struggle to understand sometimes when I talk about stuff like this. And sometimes I say things just to confuse people.
Yeah.
So sometimes I find people struggle to understand that. Okay. And sometimes people know you have to choose. Do you support Sundowns or Chiefs?
We get that.
Which one do you love?
Yeah.
Saying, as much as I would say to people, I love Chiefs, but I love Sundowns because it was a big part of my life. That changed a lot about my life and the trajectory that it took and where I am today. And if that part of my life didn't happen, I always look at it. If I stayed at Chiefs, I always think a lot of things and how I think would have never changed. But so. And then when I start talking about Pirates, then some people get confused and they don't understand. But I'm saying I'm human. And I'm human after all. And before I played professional for Chiefs, surely every young boy coming out of the township
wanted to play for Pirates.
No, you support either Chiefs or Pirates or Swallows back in the day, or Sundowns.
Alex, I think Alex like mostly had like, you know, Pirate supporters. Why is it? Come to think about it. Yeah, people from Alex support.
And for me, that's why I talk of this experience of seeing Mayoyo 1988. I can tell you the dates, you know. But over and above that is that my uncle played for Pirates.
Yeah.
Phil Jones said.
He was your uncle?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that, bro.
You know, so all of that.
It's crazy.
I remember they used to go and visit schools when I was still in primary, not even high school. In primary, when Pirates was sponsored by Fruit Tree, and they used to.
How do you remember that, bro?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And they used to come and visit schools. He came to my school, bro. I was the shit, bro. Yeah. My uncle is here. Plays for Pirates. He plays for Pirates. Captain.
Yeah.
They came with Fruit Tree. So people need to understand again that. Okay. Before we are professional footballers, we were just human. And at some point, you can't expect me that because I play for Pirates, that I grew up supporting Pirates. So if now I played for Pirates, now I say no, I support Chiefs. Now people want to take it personal.
You know they take it personal. Right?
You know, but I'm saying, duh.
Let me ask you this. Few coaches that you played under. And I'm gonna. There's a last one that I'm gonna throw in there that it might be important to you. Jeff Butler, Paul Deleza, Mishin Udrugal, Dimitri, Igasent, Stoichkov, Argentina. He didn't last at Sundowns. Give me what did you learn from all those? Which was the best? Which was the best one that you worked with?
It's going to be a difficult one.
Jeff Butler's there.
Jeff Butler, what I learned from him, my work ethic, working hard, diving around, work ethic I got from him. When I just, 92, when he was the coach, when we won everything, he used to take us himself. We were trained, he was training us. We used to come an hour earlier, before everyone, the goalkeepers came an hour earlier. He trained us. And he used to come call us all the goalkeepers. Come on, you animal! Come on! And he would punch us in the stomach.
What?
Yeah,
Jeff Butler.
Yeah,
that was military training, right? It was not boxing. It was not.
And he would be.
Goalkeeping.
He would train us shorts, no top, hot, and So and then. But as well, from him then I learned and how he managed the players. You know, how he managed the older or your experienced players to how he managed the young players. You know, and then Paul Doleza, crazy. He was wild. Crazy in his own way, but learned so much from him as well, and his passion. So from him, his passion for the game, his passion for, how he expressed himself, and including how his management, how he managed players. Mushin,
quick ones. I want you to you gotta give me quick points.
Mushin, one of the best, I think. Tacticians and underrated, I think, for me. One of the most underrated coaches.
True.
And let me tell you about Mushin. Maybe it's because of people never, and players especially, never got to understand his personality, his persona that he puts out. But off the field, what a gentleman. On the field, training, passionate, he would take it out. If a player doesn't have a strong personality, he's gonna think He's swearing at me. He's, shouting at me. But that was his way of. But I feel that the older he got, the more he became even more a tactician. And I feel he got to Chiefs at the wrong time. I believe if he got to Chiefs, even now, right now,
he'll change it.
I think
he turned it around.
I think he would achieve a lot. That's my belief.
Branzo, thanks for coming.
Jeez, man. Thank you for having me. Finally, I was on Izinja zeGame. Enjoyed myself thoroughly, man. Damn. And
thanks for coming through.
You know what you did. So this is what happens when you are sitting with a friend and you forget that we're talking to people. And
they're going to shout at us.
But
looking at us.
But it's all fun.
I know you're going to have your own podcast. You're working on something. What is it? What you going to call it?
I've got 2 podcasts coming up. There's one that's focused on goalkeeping and golf. We call it the golfing goalie. But we'll share when the time comes. And then we've got another one that's coming up with Jerry that we can do.
Jerry's Kwasana. His best friend. This guy.
My best friend, my buddy.
They look like they hated each other when they played against each other. Like Pirates and Chiefs. Remember that? Come to find out that this guy's after that they go and have coffee together. That's his best friend. One of the greatest guy I've met. I mean, hardly says much, but I found out that you guys are good friends, bro. Crazy
buddies. So we've got the Brian and Jerry show coming.
Oh, Brian and Jerry, Tom and Jerry,
Tom and Jerry. So we've got the Brian and Jerry show.
That's nice, bro. Thanks for coming through, my brother. I appreciate it. I love you for days. You know that you're my boy. You're my brother. Keep on doing the good job that you're doing. Keep on supporting the young ones that are coming up as well.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks for having me.